Hello, hello. Welcome back to the podcast. This is Haley, nutritionist and weight loss expert. And today we're talking about starting your weight loss journey in your 50s. So many of my clients are that 45, 50-year-old range, and they've never really seen lasting success with any diet that they've tried and are really coming to the conclusion, or they've known for a long time and just didn't have a good resource. But that weight loss is a lot deeper than just what you eat. It's a lot more than counting calories and tracking your macros and counting points. And they're like, I just want to be able to live my life, to travel, to play with my grandkids when I'm older, and weigh what I want, fit back into those pants in the back of my closet. But I've got maybe hormonal issues because I'm that 50-year-old range. Maybe my metabolism isn't the same as it was. So, like, how do I even do this? Where do I even start? Is it even worth it? Sometimes I talk to people and they're like, well, I'm 50, so it's probably not possible for me. And I want to clear all of that up right now. It is 100% possible for you, even if you have hormonal or metabolic concerns. Okay. There are so many things that are in your control that you're just not acknowledging or you don't see. It's like, what do they say that? What's that term? Trying to see the forest through the trees. Like, you're so focused on all of the things that are not working or that are challenging you that you can't see what will work and where you do have power and control. So that's what this episode is really going to be focused on, finding those places. I'm going to tell a couple of really powerful stories of my clients who have overcome things that they didn't think they would be able to overcome and lost a lot of weight really fast. It is 100% possible. And actually, I want to mention this because I had a new client come to work with me last week, and they said, you talk about losing, 5 pounds in a week or 10 pounds in 2 weeks or 30 pounds in 90 days. Isn't that just too fast? Like, are you pushing for that timeline? I am never pushing for that timeline. That is your choice. And it's also kind of your body's choice. And a lot of times when you start on this journey and you start to do it differently and you start to do it in a way that your body really responds very well to, the weight will just fall off quickly. So when I talk about those dates, like how quickly it happened, that's not me pushing for you to, like, you have to lose it that fast. It's always up to you. It's always up to your body. I have certainly done like weight loss in my life where I intentionally was going slow. I wasn't trying to speed everything up and go really quickly. So that is always, something that you get to decide and your body gets to decide, and never, this timeline that you have to hit. Pressure, I don't want you to lose weight from a place of pressure. That is not helpful, and that's not what we want. The goal is to lose weight the way that you're going to keep it off. So if you want to live your life, you want to travel, you want to go to parties, you want to hang out with friends, you want to have wine night with the girls and still weigh what you want, then we need to lose weight in that way. We're not going to lock you up in your house for 6 months until you lose the weight. And now you can go out and do all of those things because the weight's just going to come back. You have to learn how to lose weight while you're living your life. So, anyways, that was my little soapbox that I didn't intend to get on today. But I do have, I thought this would be fun. So I am going on vacation next week. Depending on when you listen to this, I may already be back from vacation, but I am going on a beach vacation in a week. And so I'm going to do a little like body weight prep for the next week. Obviously, this is a quick little week, but I have a fantastic sheet for you. So if you feel like you're stuck in your weight, you're overwhelmed, you're tired of dieting and suffering through diets, and then the scale barely moves, or it does move and then the weight just comes back as soon as you get back to living your life. If you want weight loss to feel a lot easier, um, feel like you can live your life and weigh what you want, then this sheet is going to be really helpful for you. It's what I'm going to use this over this week to kind of prep for my bikini trip. Probably going to be about 2 pounds loss for me, but the sheet is designed to help you lose 10 pounds in the next 30 days, which I've seen my clients do over and over, even the ones with hormonal and metabolic things going on. So go get your sheet, your download at bit.ly, that's bit.ly /Hayley Sohn plan. So it's my name, HAYLEYS as in Sam, OHN plan.com. There's no .com. Goodness, Hayley. Oh boy. I'm going to put the link in the show notes. How about that? And you can go download it. Download it now. It's going to be super helpful. You're going to feel confident, get into your bikini, no issues. bit.ly /Hayley Sohn plan. Do it now. Okay, so here are my 3 best tips for losing weight despite your hormones, despite your metabolism, starting your weight loss journey if you're 50 years or older. And I've seen it done time and again. It is totally possible. So you can lose weight even if your hormones have changed or your metabolism isn't great. And I hear that one a lot. Like, my metabolism isn't what it used to be. Yeah, metabolisms change. They shift throughout your life. And your hormones, oh my gosh. Guys, I'm from St. Louis. I'm just going to make a little side note here. And my mother, her O's become A's. So hormones is hormones. And I just did it right there. I was like, I heard myself say hormones. Anyways, I try so hard to make sure those O's aren't A's. Love you, Mom. Okay. So I don't even know where I was in that sentence. But your hormones are going to change throughout your life. So your eating needs to change. And what I see happen a lot is your eating stays the same as your hormones and your metabolism shift, sometimes down. So your metabolism might drop because you're more sedentary, you've lost muscle mass, your body's not like running at optimum capacity right now. Doesn't mean it can't get back there. Your hormones might change a little bit. They might be fluctuating. You might see some thyroid issues. But your diet, the way you've been eating for your entire life, stays the same. Well, you cannot expect hormones that have changed and a metabolism that's changed to keep up with the same diet that you've been eating for the past 30 years. It doesn't work like that. You need to make a shift as well. And the beautiful thing is your body has a built-in system to help you do that. Okay? You just forgot how to listen. We are almost all in the United States socialized out of being able to listen to our body's natural weight maintenance system. Okay? So you need to get back to putting that in charge. And that's really what my clients focus on right the first thing when they come and work with me is that natural system. So I'm going to tell you a story. One of my clients, she's about 50. She'd been through some chemo treatments, had some thyroid issues, and obviously had, gone through like cancer and really had some major lifestyle shifts because of that treatment. And she was at that age anyways. And she came to me, she wanted to lose 10 to 15 pounds. She was really concerned that just everything that she'd been through was going to be too much, that her body wasn't going to allow her to lose weight, that it was going to be really hard, that everything that was going on in her physiology just wasn't going to allow for it. And she was not feeling very confident. She gave herself 6 months to lose 10 pounds. And you guys, after all of this concern, we did a little bit of coaching. She lost 10 pounds, her 10-pound goal, in 2 weeks. Yeah. So after all of that, being 50 years old, going through a major lifestyle change because of her diagnosis, going through a bunch of medications and heavy treatment, having a lot shift in her life, she lost 10 pounds, hit her goal in 2 weeks. So it is totally possible. She didn't gain it back either. She did not gain it back. Everything that she learned in those first 2 weeks, that she got coaching on those first 2 weeks, stuck with her. She was able to kind of like reinstate her body's natural system and just kept going with that. She just kept it off. It wasn't a problem for her. So it is totally possible. It is totally possible to live your life, to lose that weight, no matter what age you are, and no matter what circumstances you're starting your weight loss journey under. So it could be something really major like that, and you can still see a major, huge transformation. So, number 2, you aren't making good food choices, and it's not because you don't want to. Most of us want to make good food choices or make better food choices or make food choices that are going to help us weigh what we want to weigh. It's because you're missing a piece of information about your brain. Let me explain. Planning. Simply planning your meals ahead of time, your indulgences ahead of time, can have a huge impact on your weight loss journey because it puts the part of your brain that can make plans and that wants to lose weight in charge. And it's so important to know the difference between the impulsive part of your brain and the adult part of your brain. And that's this kind of the second thing that all of my clients work on, and that I teach them and show them how to harness that and make their brain like work for them in terms of weight loss, as opposed to self-sabotaging all of the time, which is when you're dieting a lot of your experience. It's like, I'm trying so hard to do this one thing, to follow this diet, and yet you're self-sabotaging all over the place and completely negating any work that you've done, any weight loss accomplishments that you've made when you're dieting. You go and self-sabotage. Okay. So one of my clients, she's 50, over 50 years old, not super active. She lives in kind of a crazy part of the country where there's a lot of weather. And so she isn't always super active. Sometimes she, depending on the weather, she can be, but not always. Like, it's not consistent. But she is really good at planning, and she's really good at evaluating. So looking at how her plan affected her weight loss. She's so great at that. She's really good at kind of making a distinction between the impulsive part of her brain and the part of her brain that wants to lose weight. And I teach all my clients how to do this, but she's so good at it. And because she has really worked on that skill, she lost 19 pounds in 2 weeks from planning, from saying, this is when I'm going to have my indulgences. These are the meals that are going to give me the energy that I want, that I'm going to eat this week. And, as I go through the week, I'm going to adjust the plan to figure out what's working, what isn't working, what I want to do differently so that I can continue to lose weight. And lost 19 pounds in 2 weeks. Okay. 50 plus years old. Okay. Totally possible. That was like a long, hard stare pause. Totally possible. You don't have to be super active. You can be that 50 plus age range and lose 20 pounds in 2 weeks. It's incredible. Okay. Number three, if you're starting your weight loss journey at 50 years old, you don't need to fix all of your bad habits at once. My 50-year-old gals, you come to me and you're like, this is the laundry list of things that are not working right now. My hormones are a mess. My thyroid's a mess. My metabolism's not working. I don't have time to work out. I sometimes I eat healthy, but I find myself eating all of these things that I don't want to eat a lot. I'm self-sabotaging left, right, and center. We got to fix all of this if I'm going to lose a singular pound. This is where you are mistaken. You're really focused on all of these things that aren't working, and a lot of them being out of your control. So you're focused on these things that even if you wanted to change it, like you couldn't change it necessarily. Some of them will shift naturally, like metabolism will change or can go up. But let's just say your hormones and your metabolism are totally out of your control. Your thyroid at this moment is out of your control. Stop focusing on the things that are out of your control. You can't fix those right away. Let's pick a couple of things that are in your control and focus on that. So one of my clients, she had a pretty serious medical history. She was struggling hormonally, struggling metabolically. She's full time. She never had to work out. And when I talked to her, she was like freaking about all of those things. She's like, how am I going to fix all of these things? Like, I have this just list of things that aren't working that I can't even begin to figure out how I'm going to fix them in order to lose weight. So she had a lot of stress over that, was really concerned. And I said, we're just going to focus on one thing. We're going to focus on one thing that is in your control. So the thing that we focused on was stress eating. She just focused on managing her stress with food. That one, she did it for 2 weeks. And she realized in those 2 weeks that she was way overeating because of her stress. And that when she simply focused on not eating to manage her stress, she had so much more control than she ever thought possible. You guys, she had been trying to lose weight for a year, like really, really trying. Dieting, she was trying to implement some exercise, but she was getting so frustrated because she just couldn't find the time. And her weight had not budged for an entire year. And in 2 weeks of just focusing on that one thing, managing my stress without food, she lost 8 pounds. And she was like, it wasn't hard. Like, I really didn't feel like I was doing that much. And the weight just came off. She went down a pants size after a year of trying. She did that in 2 weeks. So these are the three things that my girl, if you're starting at 50, 45, 50, if you're just here and you're like, I'm not 50, I'm not 45, but my metabolism's shifted or I have like a thyroid issue, those are the three things to focus on, okay? So you can lose weight, hormones, metabolism, by just being able to re-listen to your body. You don't need to fix all of your bad habits at once. You really just need to pick one to focus on and plan your choices, plan your indulgences, plan them, write it down. Say, all right, I might really want to have cookies on the couch tonight, but also on Friday, it's date night. And I want to have a glass of wine and I want to have a couple bites of that chocolate cake that I love. So that's going to be my indulgence. And I'm not having cookies tonight. I'm going to have that meal that's going to leave me feeling really good and energized in the way I want to feel. and I'm going to save this for tomorrow. That little trick right there is so, so helpful. So, those are my 3 things for you. Again, if you want to lose some weight with me, go download that worksheet. It's a couple of sheets actually, because it's really going to help you feel like you can lose weight in a way that feels much more effortless and in control, but from a place. So that's bit.ly, bit.ly /Haley Sohn plan. And I'll leave the link in the notes. And I will see y'all in the next episode. Bye.